Hi, my name's Dave and I'm about to do this, which is a lap around Australia. In my retirement, I've now got more time to travel, so I'll be travelling around Australia in a four-wheel drive and a budget camper trailer. My focus will mainly be on free and budget campsites. I'm on a budget just like everybody else, so I'll focus on updating information on those campsites, not only here but all around Australia. So hopefully I'll be able to see other sites that this beautiful country has to offer. So I hope you enjoy me. So having said all that, I just thought I'd start here with some video of this area, which is where I live, the Sunshine Coast in beautiful Queensland. Down to the south we have Maroochydore and Mooloolaba. I'm currently on a small island just on the beachfront called Pincushion, and up and to the north, if you go far enough, another 30-minute drive up north is Noosa Heads. So I'm off tomorrow, so let's get to it. I'm just outside of Maroochydore on the Maroochydore Bridge, overlooking part of the Maroochydore River system. My place is probably about 5 minutes from here in an area called the North Shore. During summer, I think over Christmas, this area becomes very busy. And I'm lucky I actually get to live here. Just riding into Maroochydore. Along the Maroochydore River, there's all these cute little boat sheds here along the banks of the river. Just beside the main road here, heading up towards Cotton Tree. That one in the middle there looks like it's being refurbished. Just riding through the area known as Cotton Tree. Cotton Tree is right on the Maroochydore River, and the Pacific Ocean is just sort of over there. So you get best of both worlds here, riverside living and the ocean. The name Cotton Tree comes from the cotton trees that used to be here. I'm not sure if they're still here, but that's where the name derives from. It's not a little island just off the main road called Chambers Island. There's a footbridge that comes across to here. Again, just north of Maroochydore. Lovely little spot, come boating or kayaking or swimming. Again, still part of the Maroochydore River system. This is the footbridge that comes across to the island. Maroochydore is down that way. This is the small town centre of Cotton Tree, and every Sunday morning they have markets here which are very popular. Between 7 and 12, maybe we'll have a look.
About her, she rings my bell. Got gym class in half an hour. Oh, how she runs. shoots up. She doesn't know.
Just coming into the southern part of Maroochydore now. Straight ahead is the Maroochydore Surf Club. Next to that should be the beach. We'll just check out Maroochydore Beach. There are beaches as far as the eye can see when you get out to the ocean side of the town. Plenty to choose from. On a sunny day, don't even think about trying to park here. That's why riding a bike makes a lot of sense. Let's go check out the beach. Malula Bar down in that general direction, just south, where we're heading to today. And up that way, I can't film up that way, there's too many people. Don't like filming, there's too many people around, because some people take offence to being filmed. So I'll just This is Alexandra Headland. Locals refer to it as Alex or Alex Heads. A very, very popular spot. One of my favourites here in Maroochydore. And on a day like today, pure magic. driving down the beach road towards Majimba. Majimba is a beachfront suburb. The name derives for some local plants that are indigenous to this area. So we'll go down and check out the beach and Majimba Island. You've enjoyed this short footage of the Sunshine Coast area. There's a lot to do here, a lot to see. Obviously I can't show it all, but I'm about to say goodbye to the Sunshine Coast, and tomorrow I start my lap around Australia, so I won't be back here for a while. So let's get to it. Okay, just leaving the Sunshine Coast for episode 1 and day 1 of my lap around Australia. First stop will be northern New South Wales in the Northern River area, what they call the Northern Rivers. It's still just the end of winter, heading to spring here in 2025. After the Northern Rivers area, we'll be heading down the coastline of New South Wales and into Victoria. From Victoria, it's across the Bass Strait into Tasmania for a few weeks down there, and this will be December, so maybe Christmas in Tasmania, back across the Bass Strait into Victoria. From Victoria, it'll be across to South Australia and then across the famous Nullarbor right over to WA and Perth. Looking forward to South WA coastline, then up the Western Australia coastline. Be going up into Broome, then across to Darwin, and then down the centre, back into the centre of Australia, into Alice Springs. By this time it should be winter, so it won't be as hot. Then Alice across into Mount Isa, and then across back into Queensland to the Queensland coastline in Cairns and Port Douglas, and then down the Queensland coastline to home. Just approaching the Bingara Free Camp area, which is about 2 minutes outside of Bingara. Bingara is just south, about an hour south of Inverell, sort of situated between Inverell and Moree. This campsite's on the Guida River, as I said. There are no facilities as far as I can tell. It's close to town, so Telstra reception is reasonable. in so far seems quite okay. Apparently during heavy rains this river can rise quite dramatically, so different versions of the campsite you hear from people tend to advise you to be wary of camping too close to the river's edge. There are several tracks in here. I'm going to take, this is the one I think I came in. I came in here last night, so I'm pretty sure I took the lower road. There are a couple of higher roads or tracks, and there's a couple of lower ones. The lower ones go straight down to the river. Some of the higher ones I think that I might check out later take you further down the riverbank. There appears to be plenty of parking or campsites down here. I came here a bit late last night, it was a bit dark, so it's the first time I've had a good chance to have a look around the campsite. You see the Guida River's just there. It's very low at the moment. This is the Guida River, and as you can probably see by the angle those trees are at just here, the water can come up quite high, so it's probably better to camp up a little bit higher, probably on the higher ground over here. I said earlier there's plenty of campsites. I'm just here, and there's one campsite probably about 100 meters down that way, and another about 200 or 300 meters that way. Just leaving Bingara free camp after a couple of nights here. Beautiful spot on the river. Recommend it highly. Now when you come in here after a short kayak yesterday, I discovered that the north end, which is upstream, there are some tracks that go down. When you first come in the campsite, if you take the lower tracks, they'll take you down to the deeper end of the river, and there's a little more space there. If you take the higher tracks, they'll take you along further, and there is about, or at least a couple of kilometres of camping along here. You'll never have a problem getting a spot, and they're all very good. Had a bit of rain last night. It was quite heavy for about 20 or 30 minutes, so there's a little bit of water lying around again this morning. That's a camping area down there, which is accessible by some of these earlier roads or tracks that go down. Very enjoyable here. Here's one of the tracks here, this little track here on the side will take you down to what I call the northern end of the river, or the deeper end. The medium tracks or the mid-between tracks take you sort of just upstream, and then the higher road or track in takes you right up along the river, the Guida River. I didn't go all the way up there, but it looked like it went for another kilometre or two, where there's even more parking and camping.